Okay, sit yourself onto your left and then come into a good cross-legged position. Feel that you're sitting evenly. A little wriggle about to make sure that your seat bones feel level. And then elevate the heart area upwards. Draw your shoulders down all the way from your ears. Look down at the floor, keeping your eyes still on something that doesn't move. And focus on long, slow, deep, deliberate inhalations and exhalations. Release your knees, bring your hands into Namaste, push the palms firmly together, lengthen from your armpits into your elbows, elbows into the heels of your hands, the heels of your hands into the fingertips. Spend a few moments listening to the breath. Listening to the inhalation and the exhalation. Gently draw your chin down to meet your chest. Spend a moment to seek to generate a genuine, heartfelt sense of gratitude for something or someone or somewhere. Hold on to that feeling of abundance in the heart area. And then release the backs of your hands down towards your knees, palms facing upwards. Just stretching the fingers away from the thumbs. So hold on to that feeling of abundance in the heart area. And then raise your head and allow your eyes to softly open. So hold on to your knees. Hold on to your knees, elevating the heart area upwards, drawing your shoulders down. Just take a deep inhalation, and then with the following exhalation, draw your abdomen from the left to the right. Fill the lungs and use the out breath to intensify the turn. Just observe the body's response to the turn. And then come back to the centre. Hold onto your knees. Just lift up into your chest. Take a deep inhalation and then turn to the left. Dig the back hand into the floor. Roll onto the front edge of the seat bones. And draw the abdomen from the right to the left. Observe how your body responds to the pose this morning. And then come back to the centre. Take some deep inhalations, fill in the lungs from the bottom to the top. And then come off the seat bones, just sit back on your heels without disturbing your breath too much. Sit back on your heels for a moment, just wriggle into the inner heels. Bring the inner heels to the outer buttock area. Press the shins into the floor so that the thighs activate. So that when the thighs are activated, you can lift up into the heart area. Elevate the heart area and then come forwards. Keep the head lifted as you come down. And then finally bring your forehead down to the floor. Draw the tailbone down to the heels, lengthen from the hips into the armpits, into the elbows, the wrists, the palms, the fingers, the fingertips, the fingernails. Just observe your body's response. The more you turn the tailbone in, the more you can stretch out in the middle back and around the lumbar. Bring your arms shoulder height. So bring your arms out to the sides at the same height as your shoulders and press the fingertips into the floor. Keep the arms straight. Breathe in through the nose and out through the nose. And then walk your hands towards the heels, the sides of the feet, and press the fingertips into the floor. Keep the hands away, the palms away from the floor, but press the fingertips into the floor. It can become quite heavy on your forehead, but it's quietening. If it becomes too heavy, then just lighten the action of the arms. Keep the arms straight if you can. And then walk your hands away into Adho Mukha Virasana one more time, and you'll feel a really good stretch across your lower back and around the middle back. Drawing the tailbone down towards your heels, just stretching evenly into both arms. Just observe if your arms are extending away evenly, and adjust if not. Lighten the extension if there's a lot of tension or resistance. Just listen to the body's response. Feel how the armpit region opens up. Breathe in through the nose and out through the nose, listening to the breath. Okay, come up onto your knees, have your hands as wide apart as the mat, have your feet as wide apart as the mat. And then come up into dog down. Again, just feel where your body is in 3 dimensions. Observe where there is resistance and where there isn't. Let the head hang down. Activate the legs, activate the kneecaps. Press in the fronts of the knees consciously through to the backs of the knees. Pushing the fronts of the thighs through to the backs of the thighs. Turning the fronts of your thighs inwards. Step your feet forward, come up into a standing position, and then get a couple of blocks for your hands. And bring your feet as wide apart as the mat. Bring your feet as wide apart as the mat so that you can feel the edge of the mat on the edge of the heel. You feel the little toes, the edge of the mat with the little toes. Tighten the kneecaps. Turn the fronts of the thighs inwards. Raise your arms up. Present the chest to the skies. Just listen to the breath. Keep the heart area lifted. Bring your arms down and then bring your hands into your hips. Keep the heart area lifted. Wing the thumbs towards each other behind the back. Just gently pressing into the back. Keep your head lifted and hinge at the hips. And then reach down. Find the blocks. Just feel how padottanasana feels for you right now. Just go back to the kneecaps. Activate the knee. Activate the thighs by lifting the frontal thigh muscle up towards the top of the leg and then turning the fronts of the thighs inwards so that the backs of the thighs can broaden outwards and so that the seat bones can lift. Project the abdomen to the diaphragm, to the collarbone, to the chin. Acknowledge, observe, and acknowledge balance of action. Both legs working as a mirror image of each other, or is one working more than the other? If you can go down lower, then do. Just be mindful of your back. Just stay high if you need to protect your back. And of course, we all need to protect our backs, but if your back is feeling sensitive, then just stay on the higher lift. If you can reach down to the floor without losing extension in the legs or the spine, then do. If you can reach around the backs of your heels without overworking your back, then do. But keep the head lifted. Keep driving the legs away from the floor up to the hips. And keep the back straight as much as you can by keeping the head lifted. Drawing the body through the legs. Just working at whichever level is appropriate for you. And then bring your hands underneath your shoulders. Your hands into your hips, bend your knees on the way up if you need to, and then come up into Tadasana. Just feel how your Tadasana feels. Feel how the body perhaps has woken up a little. Observe it, acknowledge it. Maybe where the body was reluctant, the body is more in the moment. Maybe where the mind was reluctant, it's more in the moment. Maybe where the breath was unconscious, it's now more part of the moment. Just find your Tadasana and find the solidity of the pose, but with a prism of fluidity. So we're not solid like a rock. We are actively working the joints for relative solidity with fluidity. Bring your arms out nice and wide. Lengthen from the heart area into both arms equally. Extending out of the heart area into both arms evenly. Bring your arms in towards your chest. Step your feet nice and wide or jump. Turn your left toes in, your right leg and foot all the way out. Just face the front. Without looking, feel that your feet are in the right place. Feel that the heel of that right foot that you've turned so that the inner edge of the foot is parallel with the front, with the kind of front edge of the mat. Then that heel is in line with the instep of the back foot. Just feel that you have got that alignment. And then turn the right leg from the big toe side to the little toe side, from the inner groin to the outer thigh. And then activate the back leg in the same way from the inner groin to the outer thigh. So have a quick look, make sure that your feet are in the right place and correct it if it's not. And then come over and find the shin looking up. So there's no need to go down as low as the foot. Have a look down. Is your head directly over the foot? If it's not, then come up the leg a little more. Lift the chest. Squeeze the front leg buttock bone in, so that the hip is in line with that foot. And then look up. Just experience the pose. Observe where there is resistance. Observe where there isn't. Reach up, come back to the centre, and then swap the feet around. Turn the right toes in. Left leg and foot all the way out. And again, just feel that your feet are in the right position. Turn this leg from the inside out. Let's have a quick look at the feet, make sure that they're in the right place. Just if need be, keep that back leg strong. As you reach down, find the shin, and then look up. Breathe in and out through the nose. Look down as your head over the foot. If it's not, then lift the chest, squeeze the front leg buttock bone forwards, find that correct alignment, and then look back up again. Observe that as you stay, the sinus is cleared if you look up. Back to the centre, bring your feet parallel, and then step or jump your feet back together, and then come back into Tadasana. Breathe in through the nose and out through the nose, listening to the breath. So we're in slow, long held poses this morning. Just bring in energy into the body with observation. Have some blocks for your hands. You can reach them here. You might not need them, but it's good to have them nearby. Lift up into the chest and then stretch your arms out in towards the chest, and then step or jump your feet wide apart. Prasarita, padottanasana wide. So go wide with your feet. And then turn your toes in. So wide feet, wider than trikonasana. Don't go wider than that though, cat. That's about wide. Well, I would say you've probably gone a bit wide now. Cat, you've gone too wide, so just a bit narrow. That's it, yeah. Have your thumbs in the lower back, wing the elbows towards each other. Up into the heart area, tighten the kneecaps. Turn the fronts of the thighs inwards like you do with Tadasana. Turn the toes in a little. The legs really firm so that you can extend up into the spine. And then keep the head lifted as you come forwards, lengthening forwards, and then reach down, find the floor. If you can't find the floor, then use the blocks. But don't be on heels of hands, whatever you do, be on fingertips. So projecting the chin and the chest forwards, pushing the fronts of the thighs through to the backs of the thighs, pushing the kneecaps, fronts of the knees through to the backs of the knees, turning the fronts of the thighs in. Lift the seat bones, project the chin and the chest forwards. So you might just want to stay at this stage. That's fine. If you want to go lower, or if you want to go further into the pose, then keep the back straight. Keep the chin driving towards the floor. Bring the heels of your hands in line with the heels of your feet. And then bring the top of the head down onto the floor. Keep hitting back into your legs. Don't push forwards to find the floor. If you can't reach the floor with your head, put a block underneath it if you're coming down, or stay at the first stage. Reach around the outsides of your heels, but keep the weight in your legs, not in your head. Push the heels into the hands, pull the hands into the heels. Lengthen up into the hips. Lifting the seat bones up to the ceiling, turning the fronts of the thighs consciously inwards. Okay, walk your hands forward, come back up into the halfway point, and then bring the heels of your hands down, and then bend your knees, step or jump your feet back together, and then come up into Tadasana. Come into Tadasana, lift up into the chest, and then raise your arms up. I have to go sideways just to give myself maximum ceiling height. Breathe in through the nose and out through the nose. And then release your arms. And then come down onto your knees. Come down onto your hands, palms shoulder width apart. Step the feet back and then come up into Adho Mukha Svanasana. Turning the fronts of the thighs inwards like you were doing in prasarita, in Tadasana. Press the palms into the floor, lengthen into the fingertips. The more you work your hands into the floor, the more you work the arms, the more you can lengthen up into the seat bones. The more you can lift the seat bones, the more you extend into the shoulder blade region. Activate the legs, firmly pushing the fronts of the legs through to the backs of the legs. That always goes without saying. Okay, come down onto your knees. Sit back on your heels for a moment. Just observe the feeling of the body, observing how the body has changed. And then come forwards again into Adho Mukha virasana. Drawing the tailbone down to the heels. Observing if this feels any different now than it did earlier on. Perhaps there's more space. There's lightness in the limbs, or maybe not. Just observe how the body feels different. Try and breathe into the back chest. And then bring your hands underneath your shoulders, push yourself up into seated position, just sitting back on your heels, observing your energy. Okay, and then just sit yourself in cross legs. Just sit directly on the floor if you can. If that poses a problem, however, if you kind of sink in the chest and it's really difficult to lift the chest, then sit on a lift. So be in swastikasana or half padmadasana, and then elevate the heart area upwards, drawing your shoulders down away from your ears. Just look down at the floor, look at something that isn't moving. Shoulders away from your ears. And then draw your chin forwards to make contact with your chest. If you struggle to make contact between the chin and the chest, then get something like a folded belt or pair of socks, and then just wedge that between the chin and the chest. Don't create any, avoiding constriction in the throat. So Jalandhara bandha, drawing the chin down to meet the chest. And then raise Mula bandha, lifting the anal sphincter upwards towards the diaphragm, towards the belly button, towards the diaphragm region. And then just observe your breath. Fill the lungs from the bottom to the top and empty them from the top to the bottom. Just maintaining Mula bandha and Jalandhara bandha while energizing the blood with the breath. Filling the lungs from the bottom to the top, emptying them from the top to the bottom, breathing evenly into both lungs, evenly out of both lungs. As long as there are no heart conditions or any reason why you shouldn't hold your breath, if those things don't apply to you, then at the top of the in-breath, perhaps just retain the full inhalation for a moment, just a couple of seconds, no longer. Just allowing the energy of that breath to really draw through the lining of the lungs and into the blood. And then gently release Mula Bandha with an out breath. Release Jalandhara Bandha, bring the breath back to a normal rate and level, and then bring your head back up. Just observe the lightness of the chest and the neck and the shoulders. Lift the heart area up to the ceiling. Just take deep inhalations, deep exhalations. If you've got a problematic back, then just stay lifting and working the chest up to the ceiling. So know where your body feels safe. If you want to go further forwards, we're going to come forwards, but we're not coming forwards with the head. As soon as you come forwards with the head, everything drops. So we're going to come forwards with the heart area. So lift the heart area upwards. Draw the abdomen up to the diaphragm region, and then a little bit at a time come forwards, but keeping the head lifted. And then get the blocks, and then walk your hands in front, keeping the head lifted, keeping the tailbone down on the floor, and then just a little bit at a time come forwards, just feeling the stretch of the back, but keeping the tailbone down, just working in union with your back, not challenging it too strongly, working with ahimsa, with non-violence. If you can reach down to the floor, then do. If you can come forwards, keeping those seat bones down. It's very tempting to lift them, isn't it? So push the hands into the floor. Try and keep the tailbone down. And then come back to the centre. Push yourself up into a lift. Hold onto your knees, lift up into the chest. Breathing in through the nose and out through the nose. And then just swap the crossing of your legs. Do the unnatural crossing of the legs. Just grab your blocks again if you're out of reach. And then again lift up into the heart area, elevating the heart area upwards. And then again lifting here, keeping the head lifted as you come forward. Stretching the hands forwards beyond fingertips. Lengthening the arms away, keeping the head lifted. Coming forwards. Coming forwards. So this forward bend is good for the liver, good for the kidneys. Massages the abdomen. Try to keep the seat bones down. The temptation to lift them is strong, isn't it? And then walk your hands back. And then just come up into cross legs. Just observe the balance of the seat bones. Adjust the buttock flesh if you need to. Just to acknowledge also that you're sitting on the kind of in the unnatural cross legs. So just observe if that feels different at the seat bones. Just work to bring balance to the seat bones. Lift up into the heart area. Take a deep inhalation in through the nose. And then turn to the right. Drawing your abdomen across. Your abdomen and your ribs and your shoulders. then come back to the centre. Hold onto your knees, lift up into the chest, take a deep inhalation. And then with an exhalation, turn to the left. Just breathing in through the nose and out through the nose, listening to the breath. And then very gently come back to the centre. Just come down onto your back and just pull your knees in towards your chest. Just have a little rock from side to side, from top to bottom. Just bring the feet close to the seat bones, bring your right knee in towards the chest, and then bring your right foot over the top of the left thigh. And then draw the left knee in, so grip underneath, interlock your fingers behind the left knee, and then draw that left knee in towards the body. For supta, kapotasana. And then release, bring the foot back down onto the floor, bring both feet close to the seat bones, bend the left knee, bring the left knee into the body, bring the left foot over the top of the right thigh, and then bring that right knee in towards the body, and then draw that right knee in towards the chest. And then gently release the leg. For a moment, bring the feet into supta, baddha. Let the knees fall apart. Let the inner groins relax. Let the body rest into the floor, allowing gravity to just draw the knees down to the floor. If there's stiffness in your hips, you can put blocks on the outside of your thighs, of course. And then draw your knees into the chest. Just have a little rock from side to side, from top to bottom, and then roll yourself up into a seated position. Just get a folded blanket for your head, just making sure that it's evenly folded, and then lay yourself down the centre of your mat, supporting the back of your neck and your head. Just move equipment out of the way, just to allow the body to completely relax into the floor. Release the muscles of the arms and the legs. Let the body just completely relax into the floor. Unhook the muscles of the arms and the legs. Allow the body to become heavy. Just observe that feeling of energetic lightness radiating from the bones and into the muscles, into the organs, into the flesh and the skin. Use your in-breath and your out-breath to distribute that feeling of energetic lightness down into your toes, into your fingers, up into the top of the head. Just allow the toes to wriggle, the fingers to wriggle, just bringing the body back into this pose of shavasana. And then bend your knees, bring your knees in toward your chest, have a little rock from side to side, from top to bottom, and then very gently roll over onto your right side. Stay down for a breath or two. And then straighten out the top leg, come back up into a seated position, and then come back into cross legs with your hands in Namaste, a final spinal lift. Draw your breath in through your nose and down into the abdomen. And then draw your chin down to meet your chest. Spend a moment to seek to acknowledge the positive energy you have created inside. And then send some of that positive energy out into the world. And then release the backs of your hands down toward your knees, palms facing upwards. And then as you raise your head, allow your eyes to softly open and the focus to softly come back. Thank you very much, thank you. So hopefully you feel like you've really lifted your energy, so it's gone all hazy again. The sun shines directly in at this time of year. Hopefully you can still see everything. Thank you very much for joining me.